Hi, and welcome back to the podcast, Catch It, A New Perception. My name is Kutuk. Please share this with other people as often as what you think it could benefit them, or possibly it could benefit your relationship with them if you hear something that you appreciate and you realize that if they could see something different in them, that it could enhance your relationship with them. Many different reasons why you might share this with people. Please do. And help me to be able to continue to do this podcast. Some of that comes through your positive energy. Some of that comes through your comments. Some of it comes through your interaction with me personally. Whatever it takes, allow me to be able to continue to do this. I want to be able to reach other people and offer hope that they may be able to feel different than they once did, because I see the world entirely different than I once did. My name is Kutuk. This podcast is Catch It, A New Perception. I want everyone that this can touch to catch a new perception than what they have today. Catch a new perception than what they had when they didn't feel like they were enough. They felt like they didn't measure up. If you've ever felt like that, I want you to be able to create a perception for yourself and your relationship with this mystery, the Creator, that allows you to be able to see the world different. I can't change anyone other than myself. I can't change the people that I love. I can't change the people I know. I can't change my friends. I can change me, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm working on getting to know my higher self. I'm working on changing something in me so each day moving forward, I feel like I'm enough, like I measure up, like I'm equal to you. I'm enough today. I think about how we're moving forward and in this podcast and in this episode, and the things that I can do to continue to change who I am and the way that I see the world. How do you see the world? How do you see yourself? Do you realize that the way that you see something in someone else, and it is who you are? I heard this guy I was talking to, he happened to be a member of a 12-step program, and I thought that this was really poignant. And I tried to not talk down about anyone or anything like that, because it's none of my business who someone else is. What I tried to convey to him is he told me that he was sitting in a meeting of a 12-step program and someone said to him, "You don't have a very good program. What's wrong with your program?" And talking down to him. And I asked him, I said, "Did you say to the guy, you're probably looking in a mirror and you're seeing things in me that you don't like in you?" And he said, "No. I conveyed something to him that you had conveyed to me. And what you said to me is, it must be working because you're staying sober." And I believe that. I have no judgment on whether someone chooses to live their life a certain way or get help in a certain way. I have no judgment on it. I think that if it's working, it's working. Maybe you should keep doing what you're doing if you're living different, if you're treating people different, if you see yourself different. Maybe it's time to start seeing the world different. I don't know. I don't know what it is you need. I don't know what it is you're going to get out of this. I do know that this came to me from a spiritual standpoint when I heard it. And what I was told was to observe everyone, judge no one. Observe everything, judge nothing. And that includes myself. I need to not judge myself. When I say don't judge, I mean don't condemn. Not that I shouldn't use some discernment, so I use judgment with discernment, I think is good. Judgment in the sense of condemning is not. And I have condemned myself by far more than I've ever condemned you. I don't know why. I felt like I wasn't enough, like I didn't measure up. And I condemned myself in thought, very much so. So they were negative mantras I was creating. I've spoken many times about mantras and things on this podcast. And some of the mantras I started out with as a child, obviously you've heard me speak of the mantras that were wonderful that came through song. A line in a song that could lift me to no end, that gave me hope, gave me strength, gave me the ability to believe I was going to be okay in a given day. And then there was the mantras that I told myself that I wasn't enough. I'm not good looking enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not tough enough. I'm not whatever that was. I didn't feel like I was enough. I don't live with that today. I may not be good looking enough, smart enough, tough enough, whatever that is for you. I am for me. And that's all that matters to me, is that I'm enough for me today. Tomorrow, when that morning star rises again and I get to open my eyes and take that first breath of the day, I believe I'm going to have enough in me tomorrow too. Because of what I do today. To observe everyone and appreciate the show right where they're at is important to me. I learned to do this decades ago, and I may have been gifted this before I actually heard it the way that I heard it when I heard, observe everyone, judge no one. Observe everything, judge nothing. I don't have to stand on a side. I don't have to have a side. I don't have to believe I'm right. I can watch you and know that you're right because you're doing what you need to do at this moment. I may not agree with it for me. I maybe would not do it myself. I would not maybe say what you said. Without judgment, that's okay. That's who you are. An example I like to use is in ceremony, it's something different. When somebody uses some curse language, I don't know, maybe some of you have attended church at times, and if you heard the pastor dropping an F-bomb, you might take offense to it or wonder where that came from. So ceremonies are more like that, where we don't use that language. We don't speak like that. We don't speak down about ourselves or anyone else in those situations. Elsewhere in life, I have heard people apologize to me for their language because they know I don't curse. In my everyday life, I just don't use much for curse language or swearing, whatever terminology you use. I don't care to use that language, and other people will apologize. And I'll look at them and honestly say, your language has nothing to do with me. Sometimes I'll just have that thought and I'll just look at them and maybe shrug. I think nothing of it. When people are trying to do it for an effect or trying to offend people, it might become offensive to me. Initially, it's not. And just because it's offensive to me doesn't mean I need to judge you on it. I just need to let go of it. I need to not take it in. And I think one way that I've learned to not judge someone, to not judge myself, to not condemn someone because I observe what they say, what they do, their actions, their interactions with somebody else maybe. It's because I don't take it on. I don't take it in. It's not about me. What's about me is how I can treat you today. If it's about me, it's about the way that I interact with you. It's about the way that I interact with myself. It's about not condemning myself or looking down on myself. So why would I look down on anyone else? It's just your journey. It's just where you're at. It's just what you do. It's not that big of a deal to me. You can act however you choose to act. And the one thing that I've learned along these lines is if you treat me a certain way, I do not need to treat you the same way. I do not need to do something just because you did it to me. I can walk away. I may not choose to be present. I may choose to not be treated a certain way and just walk away from it. It doesn't mean I need to engage and turn around and show you the disrespect that you're showing me, if that's what's happening. And here's my point to it is, as soon as I do that, I've justified your behavior. As soon as I treat you in a way that I didn't want to be treated, I've justified the behavior of you mistreating me. You talk down to me, whatever fashion that is, I begin to talk down to you in the same fashion. I've justified your behavior because there's a reason why you did it. I'm going to do it to you. I use this as a simple course on how not to treat people no matter how it is they treat me. Not to talk down to someone just because they talk down to me. I like what I get from it. I like the way that I see it. I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying I won't change it. I'm not saying I won't be someone different in the future, because I may be. I might be totally different tomorrow. By the time the next episode comes out, I might not even agree with what I'm saying, and that's okay. I might. It's possible, because I've had this idea that I don't want to talk down to other people no matter how they speak to me. I've had this idea that I can treat people different than when they treat me in a way that I don't agree with. I don't need to treat them the same way. I don't need to put up with it, and I don't need to continue to be treated this way. So I may react in a way that gets me to step down, step back, walk away from, whatever I need to be able to do. I like being able to see the world different than what I once did, because I believed at one time that if you treat me a certain way, I have the right to treat you that way. And somewhere along the line, I've either been guided into, or I was told that I'm then justifying their behavior. I don't know that I've ever been told that. It's just the way that I see it. I don't want to justify your poor behavior. I'm saying you, I'm not speaking to you specifically. I'm speaking in a worldly view. And I'll try to get bigger than that. I'll try to go universal or to the galaxy. I don't understand. I want to continue to get to know my higher self. I want to continue to observe all of the things in the world, all of the people in the world, without condemning any of the people or any of the situations. Just step back from it and show the world, to show you, to show others, the people that are present in front of me, that I can treat you different than you treat me if I feel like you disrespected me. I did not know how to do this at one point. I'm proud to be able to do it. I don't need to show disrespect when it's shown to me. I can learn through love and dignity, through respect and honor. I don't need to learn through hardships today. All spiritual growth is not through hardships or difficulties. There's spiritual growth through love and dignity and respect and honor and all kinds of things I'm not mentioning. I can do the growth in good ways, without hardships, without looking down on myself or someone else. Observe everyone, judge no one. Observe everything, judge nothing. And that includes myself when I make that statement. I will no longer look down on myself. I will no longer think down about myself. I will no longer think down about you. I use this terminology that may seem a little odd when I say I no longer want to think down about you. I don't know how else to say it sometimes, because it's the terminology that comes to me. And it makes sense to the way that I once acted. And I don't act that way anymore. I may look at you, smile and wink and walk away, and I'm good. Looking forward to next time. Live in harmony with and use the bounty of the land to bring kindness to the world. Dok Shao, okay?